Royal rules tossed, etiquette ignored. Meghan Markle, full-on awkward energy. Here are the most awkward Meghan Markle moments that steal the spotlight every time. The car-swat. Firstly, we are starting off with this memorable scene. You won't believe how Meghan Markle announced herself to the royal world. It all started the moment she stepped out of a sleek car at a high-profile garden party. A well-intentioned aide reached out to guide her, a simple gesture anyone else would have accepted politely. But Meghan, she swatted him away like he had just committed a felony. Sharp, sudden, and unmistakably dismissive, her motion sent a ripple through the assembled crowd. Royals reportedly froze mid-step, some exchanging confused glances, others quietly fuming at what they just witnessed. And the story didn't end there. Word spread that she'd allegedly complained about being bored, eager to leave early, yet somehow happily accepted gifts she technically shouldn't have taken. Her grin as she walked away said it all. Unbothered, untouchable, utterly convinced of her own authority. From this very first public encounter, a pattern began to emerge. Meghan prioritizing control, attention, and her personal whims over protocol or politeness. A trail of whispered complaints and subtle exasperation followed her like a shadow. The Commonwealth fiasco. You thought the car-swat was awkward. Wait until you hear this one. At a Commonwealth event, Meghan spotted a camera and suddenly, it was all about her. Like a spotlight magnet, she charged forward, pushing through chairs and ignoring the subtle hints from senior royals who were clearly trying to keep things orderly. What should have been a smooth ceremonial moment quickly turned into chaos. Harry's reaction was priceless. Glare that seemed to say, "Seriously?" His expression spoke volumes. This wasn't about honoring the event. It was about Meghan making sure she looked perfect on camera. The rest of the crowd, caught off guard, could only watch as she bulldozed her way through, grinning, waving, and clearly loving every second of the attention. It was self-promotion at its most awkward. Hospital room twerking. Meghan Markle reached a new level of spectacle in a hospital room while 9 months pregnant. Instead of the quiet, measured demeanor expected in such a setting, she launched into a full display of energy, dancing, squatting, and twerking with a baby bump. Every movement was exaggerated, almost theatrical, as if the room itself existed solely for her performance. There was no subtlety, no restraint, just Meghan, fully in control of the moment, demanding attention with each deliberate motion. This moment wasn't a one-off. It encapsulated a recurring pattern in Meghan's behavior, turning ordinary or intimate moments into scenes where she commanded focus, pushed boundaries, and unapologetically showcased herself. Dancing in a hospital room while heavily pregnant wasn't just awkward. It was an emphatic statement of presence, timing, and control, marking one of the most memorable, head-shaking spectacles of her public life, the polo event. Another unforgettable display came at the polo event. Sophie Chanduka was trying to take a picture alongside Harry and some other members, but Meghan had other plans. Like a human magnet for attention, she swooped in front, shoving protocol aside and practically shoving Sophie into the background. Photographers went wild, capturing Meghan's smug grin as if she had just won some invisible crown. The intended star of the moment? This wasn't subtle attention-seeking. It was a full-blown diva performance. Every head turned, every camera lens focused solely on her, and she smiled like she owned the event. Sophie was left blinking, trying to maintain composure while Meghan walked like the stage was built just for her. In true Meghan fashion, decorum, protocol, and consideration for others were optional. It was her image first, everything else. Royal etiquette, the honoree, even common sense, a distant afterthought. Watching it unfold was equal parts hilarious, awkward, and painfully telling. New Zealand, windy runway. Landing in New Zealand, Meghan stepped out in a short skirt and a long, open jacket, an outfit that might have been chic under calmer skies. Instead, gusty winds turned the moment into a full-blown spectacle. The jacket flared, the skirt whipped around, and Meghan's steps became a visible struggle against the elements. Each movement drew attention, not for elegance, but for the awkward choreography of trying to stay composed while battling the breeze. Harry, as usual, remained composed, a calm counterpoint to Meghan's whirlwind display. She, however, seemed completely undeterred, smiling and adjusting as if the chaos were part of her plan. What could have been a stylish entrance instead became a showcase of exaggerated, attention-grabbing theatrics. Her ability to turn even small, uncontrollable moments into public drama was fully on display. Moroccan elbow maneuver. Arriving in Morocco, Meghan made it clear that protocol would not dictate her movements. She pushed through the crowd with elbows out, a determined force focused solely on reaching the royalty she wanted to engage. Nothing and no one seemed capable of slowing her down. Chairs, lines, and unspoken rules of etiquette became obstacles to be navigated or ignored entirely. Her single-minded approach left senior royals visibly frustrated, their composure tested as Meghan bulldozed toward her goal. Every calculated step, every purposeful push, reinforced the pattern that had become her hallmark. Attention first, protocol last. Meghan's actions weren't subtle. They demanded notice, creating moments of tension that were impossible to miss. Even in an environment designed for ceremony and respect, she reshaped the scene to suit herself. What should have been smooth interactions and orderly greetings transformed into awkward, high-drama displays. Meghan thrived in these moments, making her presence the focal point, regardless of decorum or the reactions of those around her. Cooking and flower sprinkles. You might remember this scene. Meghan's attention-grabbing streak didn't stop in the kitchen. What should have been simple tasks, frittatas, yogurt parfaits, dog biscuits, sun tea, turned into carefully orchestrated performances. Each movement, each sprinkle of flowers was deliberate, as if even domestic life demanded an audience. Her flair for control made routine cooking a spectacle. Every ingredient, utensil, and placement became an opportunity to assert presence, amplifying the ordinary into something undeniably performative. Nothing in her reach escaped her desire to be noticed. And then there were the promotional tie-ins, like flower sprinkle merchandise, which made domesticity part marketing, part theater. A casual task morphed into a moment of awkward charm, a blend of chaos and self-focus that only she could create. Meghan's signature pattern was clear. Wherever she went, even the most mundane scenes became dominated by her energy. From handwritten menus to kitchen experiments, she transformed every environment into a stage, setting the scene for perhaps her most infamous spectacle yet, twerking in a hospital room while 9 months pregnant. USO drum disaster. At a USO performance, Meghan took to the stage with boundless energy, but her enthusiasm quickly turned chaotic. She flailed her hands in an awkward attempt at imaginary drumming, completely out of step with the singing soldiers. Instead of joining the performance, she made herself the center of attention, creating an obvious disconnect between her and the others. Harry remained composed, offering a calm contrast to her over-the-top display. What should have been a collaborative, light-hearted moment became a show centered entirely on her. Each swing of her arms, each deliberate gesture, broadcast one unmistakable message. Meghan demanded attention, regardless of decorum or context. Her presence dominated the scene, turning a routine performance into an awkward spectacle. Every participant and onlooker was forced to navigate the space around her, as her energy overwhelmed the intended flow of the event. Red Sox game. Even in a casual setting, Meghan found a way to make her presence unavoidable. At a Red Sox game, her tight, forced smile spoke volumes, broadcasting a tension that was impossible to ignore. She positioned herself front and center, drawing attention in a space meant for shared enjoyment, turning a stadium outing into another stage for her performance. Harry's response stood in stark contrast. His slow ignore approach silently communicated frustration, a restrained counterpoint to Meghan's insistence on visibility. The clash of energies was unmistakable, a silent but vivid narrative unfolding without a single word. This wasn't a momentary lapse, it was a continuation of a pattern. Meghan's energy, deliberate or not, disrupted the natural flow of events, extending beyond her immediate actions. Children, adults, and everyone in between could sense the discord, a subtle but contagious awkwardness that followed her wherever she went. Montecito drama. Once again, she placed herself front and center, ignoring subtle cues and protocol. At a casual gathering, her positioning clashed directly with Harry's growing exasperation, creating an unspoken tension that permeated the room. Harry's reaction was clear, an unmistakable cold shoulder, silent yet powerful. Every step Meghan took to assert visibility was met with his quiet refusal to engage, a visible divide that only emphasized her need to dominate. The dynamic between them was stark. Meghan striving for prominence, Harry retreating into measured detachment, and everyone else caught in the uncomfortable middle. This wasn't an isolated incident, but a continuation of a recognizable pattern. Meghan had a tendency to bend spaces and situations to her advantage, ensuring she remained the focal point. Whether at public events, casual outings, or private gatherings, her energy disrupted natural flow, leaving those around her to navigate awkwardness and silent frustration. DIY handwriting chaos. Lastly, even in private tasks, Meghan's flair for spectacle refused to take a back seat. Handwriting menus on unlined paper with painstaking precision, she turned a simple chore into an obsessive display. Each curve, each line, every deliberate motion felt calculated. A miniature performance where control and detail mattered more than the task itself. What might have seemed charming in isolation quickly tipped into awkwardness. The meticulous nature of her work, amplified by cameras capturing even small quirks, transformed private habits into public fodder. Even in solitude, Meghan's drive to dominate the scene was unmistakable. Nothing escaped her desire to be noticed. Everything became a statement. This moment reinforced a consistent pattern. Whether in public arenas, casual outings, or private life, Meghan's energy claimed attention. Every gesture, no matter how small, carried the same unmistakable signature. Deliberate, self-focused, and impossible to ignore. Meghan Markle's awkward moments, all in one place. Which one made you laugh the most? Drop a comment and subscribe for more.